As you guys know, we have our credit scores, we have our Vantage scores, and of course we have the FICO score. I'm actually going to show you how they correlate, but then I'm going to show you about some scores that you do not know about that you need to know about. Hey everybody, it's Shamika. Please like, subscribe, and share my videos. Credit scores are the scores that you receive from Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. But what we don't know is those scores are derived from using FICO's mathematical formula or algorithm that they use based off of a suite or a package that they purchase. When I say they, I'm talking about the credit bureaus. The 3 credit bureaus are currently operating FICO Suite 8, just like how you have Microsoft has Windows 2001, 2, 3, all the way to probably now 2020. But FICO also has suite versions that they offer. And all of the 3 credit bureaus are currently using FICO 8. Now, I know I did videos stating that FICO 10T is getting ready to come out this summer, and it is, but that may or may not be adopted right away by the current credit bureaus because they love FICO 8. Now, FICO has released a FICO 9 that nobody really used, but 8 was the one that they liked the most, and they have been using it for a very long time. The credit factors, I mentioned it in another video. There are 5 credit factors that they take into consideration when coming up with your credit score. But did you know that there are FICO scores that you are unaware about? They're called industry-specific credit scores. So there's actually 5 sections, but I'm only going to talk about the 3 most popular ones, and that is your mortgage, that is auto, and that's bank card. Auto, when you actually apply for an auto loan, the score that you see that you paid for on those websites, it's not going to be the same score that the lender sees. Why? Because there's more factors that go into it. This score is more specific based on different questions that it asks based versus the 5 basic factors that it takes into consideration. And they're using a different version of FICO when they factor auto loans. So you have to know which version they're going to pull from, the lenders, before you even apply to maybe have an idea of what your score is going to be. So the same when they do a mortgage. Your mortgage is not going to be the same score that you're going to see when you do when you go and buy your score separate. Why? Because they looked at different factors. They want to look at, they may weigh heavily on late payments, or they may weigh more heavily on if you had a foreclosure, if you're looking for a home versus a foreclosure and you're looking for a car. A car lender may look more for a repos versus a foreclosure, because there's different things that they look for based off of that industry. So I'll give you the industries. I don't believe I mentioned it before. You have your bank card score, which is the score that is used for credit cards. You have your mortgage score, which is used, of course, for mortgages. You have your auto score, which is used for auto loans. You also have a insurance score and I believe it's called a medical adaptivity or medicinal adaptivity, excuse me. I'll put them down below the information. I just don't have it off the top of my head right now. The only area that does not or isn't covered is your retail credit cards. Currently, there is no retail score. They do have versions of different things where they can look at before they want to extend you credit. They can look at things like your telecheck, what's the other one? It's telecheck. There's AWS, and then there's check system. So they may pull those reports to see if you have like bounce checks. Banks use those as well. Believe it or not, guys, there's over 28 or more scores that are reporting about you, and I'm gonna make a special video for a new one that's gonna come out. I'm not even gonna tell you what it is, but it's getting used more and more widely, and I want you guys to know about it, so be on the lookout for that. But again, those 5 scores, or those 5 industry specific credit scores, are auto, mortgage, insurance, It's a medical one, and it is also a the bank card, which is for credit cards. So if you're in the market for credit, go and search that industry specific area to make sure that you are good in all areas. Just as a rule of thumb, if you meet the standards for the base score, those 5 basic factors that you need that make up your base score, if you're good in all those areas, meaning your utilization is low, you don't have late payments, at least in the last 12 months, you have paid on time. If you've even paid earlier, that's great. You, no derogatory information, no public records. If you can keep your credit as clean and as neat as possible, you shouldn't have any problem qualifying for any of the things that you're trying to get. But just remember, your score will not be the same. It could be anywhere between 10 and 15 points difference. Once again, I ask each and every one of you to subscribe. I have a goal that I am trying to reach, and I can't get there without your participation. So I appreciate you guys' support.